What's going on, everybody? In this video we're going to be talking about dosing our fish tank with ick treatment and other disease treatment as well. So if you ever notice on your fish, you may see these white spots that just don't look right, or any other spots that may be diseased. It's probably best to go ahead and pull your fish out and start the ick removal process. It's kind of hard to tell, but on the small fish, it does have some spots, as you can see by its tail, that are outbreaks of ick. And so I'm going to start this ick treatment process right away at the first sign of ick. Ick is a small microbacterial disease that basically eats your fish from the inside out, and it feeds on the fish. And it's the only way that it can survive is to feed on your fish. Ick cannot survive inside your main tank. However, they can ride on corals, shrimps, and other rockworks that you may trade from your local pet store or might buy as well. And they ride on them like a little city bus, going from tank to tank and eventually ending up inside yours. And unfortunately, your tank is going to end up looking like this, bare and empty, with no fish but just your corals. You're going to leave your main tank empty for 90 days. That is very crucial and important. It is very important that during the ick treatment process, that when you treat your hospital tank with the ick treatment, that you do not treat your main tank with the ick treatment. Otherwise, you may kill and lose your crustaceans, which are shrimps, crabs, snails. You may lose corals, anemones. This stuff here is pretty harsh to them, so they cannot tolerate it when it's in the water like that. So once we have our quarantine tank set up, we're going to make sure we have our tank temperature up to temp. We're going to have an air stone and oxygenator in there, which is very important. We're going to take our filter pads that has the carbon inside them, and we're going to go ahead and remove those. These are going to be removed throughout the entire ick treatment process, and these will not be reinstalled until after the last dosing and the last water change is complete. It is important that your fish continue to eat throughout this process, because a sure sign that they're not going to make it is when they begin to lose their appetite. So before I begin treatment, I like to make sure that they are still eating by just giving them a little bit of food to keep munching on. And to treat this ick, I'm going to be using this product by Health Aid. It's called Ick X. It's a disease for treatment. Let's see if I get the camera to focus. It treats ick and treats velvet, gold dust disease. It treats Aspergillosis negatus. I'm not very good with names. And it also treats Trigonautsitis. Like I said, I'm not very good with the names, but basically you follow the directions here. It says 5 milliliters for every 10 gallons. So this is a 30-gallon tank. That means I am going to use 15 milliliters of this Ick X. So I'm going to go ahead and place that off to the side. And I already have 10 milliliters loaded up in the syringe. And what I'm going to do is very slowly drop this into the water. Now before I do this, actually, I'm going to point out that your air tubing and silicone may start out white, and after ick treatment process it may turn blue. So, and your silicone in the corners may turn blue. Just a heads up. We're going to go ahead and just drop this in, just a drop at a time. And we're going to go ahead and watch this tank water slowly turn blue. And you see the water starting to turn blue from the ick treatment. If you need to do a rapid establishment of the tank and treatment, you can use the water from the main tank only for the first time setup of the tank. And then after that, when you do a water change as recommended from the ick treatment, you need to use clean, fresh salt water. You cannot continue to use water from the main tank as that water has ick in it. So we can use the first time setup from the main tank, but after that we need to make our own RODI water or buy it, or however it is that you make your own water, which I do have a video on my channel. If you need to learn how to make your own water for a very cheap and effective way, please feel free to check it out. And here I have the last of the 15 milliliters. And as you can tell, now this tank water has turned very, very blue. This is normal. And then now that we have completely dosed all of our treatment from our syringe, we're going to turn the tank light off to help alleviate stress from the fish. A little bit of stray light from here is okay, but we're going to try to keep these fish nice and calm, because as they're going through this ick treatment process, it does stress them out just a little bit. I mean, they are breathing harsh elements, so always follow as directed. Do not overdose. Do water changes as it says, and if it helps to give your fish a little bit more comfort, you can take some 2 or 4 or 6 inch PVC pipe and place it within your tank, and that'll give them some place to hide so they're not so scared. But that is going to do it for this video, guys. Hopefully this was informational in some way, shape, or form to somebody out there. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and always remember, everybody, happy reaping, happy life.